YouTube, what's the word, man? It's your boy Trey. We back at it again on Famous Mason Sports. Thank y'all for tapping in with me, man. I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the algorithm. I really appreciate it. Man, I'm really here just to talk to y'all about how garbage that college football, the first round of the playoffs have been. We didn't get one competitive game. It was horrible. All 4 games were terrible. Now let's start with that SMU Penn State game. I've been rooting for SMU all year. I really like their quarterback. I like their receivers. I like the way, man, I think they're a good team. Did I think they were going to beat Penn State? No. But did I want it to be competitive? Yes. And we got the exact opposite of that. It was terrible game from start to finish. Kevin Jennings, he threw 3 interceptions? Like, come on, man, what are we doing? Just pick sixes, just terrible, man. So that game was awful. Penn State, y'all did what y'all had to do. I still don't think Penn State's all that great. I still think Drew Aller is kind of weak, but hey, man, y'all won, so congratulations. Moving on to the next round. I forgot, who do they face next? They got Boise State next. They can honestly win that too. Boise State ain't nothing, bro. I like Ashon Genty and all that, but nobody's worried about their team as a whole. I think Penn State wins that game as well. Next game, let's talk about that Clemson-Texas game. I thought it was going to be a good game when Clemson scored and went up 7-0. I'm like, oh, okay. It's going to be a good one, right? Texas blew them boys out the water, man. Clemson, they're done. Like, Dabo, it's over for him. He's never winning another national championship. The ACC is terrible. Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence really make Dabo look amazing because he has some truly one-of-a-kind college quarterbacks under his realm. But Clemson has been terrible. Like, since they left, Clemson has not been nowhere near a national championship contending team. They've been pretty bad, if you ask me. Their defense has always been But Cade Klubenek and DJ Uiagalelei, I don't even know how to say his name, but Clemson's offense under those 2 guys has been terrible. Okay, not terrible, but it's just something that you wouldn't want. Like, Clemson is just not a great team. They're a good team, but they're nowhere near great. So for them to get blown out like this versus Texas, where do you go from here? Like, you don't use the transfer portal. You're not getting a top 10 recruiting class. So how does Clemson get any better? Like, I have no idea. I feel bad for them, Clemson fans. If y'all out there, I'm sorry you have to hear this, but it's nothing but the truth, man. I got to give y'all the truth. I got to keep it real on this channel. Texas, y'all did what y'all needed to do, man. Quinn Ewers didn't look too bad. Everyone's talking about bench him, bring in Arch Manning for the playoff. Like, come on, man. Are y'all silly? Why would you bring in a quarterback with no experience over a quarterback that's been there, done that? He hasn't been in the playoff. He hasn't won anything, but he's been in a lot of these close, tight games against some great teams, and he's been able to pull them out for the most part, if you ask me. I know Texas fans are very happy where they're sitting at right now. They did pretty well against Clemson, so we'll see how they fare against Georgia, I believe. No, Notre Dame plays Georgia. Texas plays Arizona State. I think they'll win that game too, honestly. Like, I like Scatterboo. I like some things that Arizona State does, but I feel like Texas got that game as well. That was another snooze fest. And I was really looking forward to this Saturday. Like, okay, first round of the playoffs, let's see what we get. It was just horrible from morning to night, from start to finish. Not one good game. It's hard to stomach. It's hard to watch. Then moving on, we got Ohio State versus Tennessee. Ohio State, they surprised me. Will Howard, he played pretty well. Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins. Yeah, that's a crazy duo in the backfield, man. I'm not going to lie. Jeremiah Smith out there at wide out, he did his thing. Tennessee. Y'all was supposed to have a great defense this year. I don't know what happened. I guess you could say Ohio State is like that. But I don't think so. I think Tennessee just didn't show up, man. I don't think they have enough offensive weapons. I like Dylan Sampson in the backfield. Nico is cool. He makes a lot of young mistakes still. He tries to make things happen with his feet a little too often. Reminds me of someone. But yeah, overall Tennessee, their defense didn't come to play. They got whatever Ohio State wanted, they got it. Whether that's running up the middle, outside zone, deep ball, intermediate ball, screen, whatever Ohio State wanted, they got pretty much. So Tennessee, to go out like that, man, I'll be feeling salty. I don't know how I would look at next year, coming into next year if I was a Tennessee fan after this whooping. You get Nico back, of course, that's a great thing, but besides that, the team around him is not great. We thought they were going to be pretty great. I thought Tennessee was going to be pretty good. They beat Alabama this year, but just not ready, man. Just not ready to take that next leap. Nico's getting harassed all day. That's another thing. The offensive line needs to get shored up immediately because he can't keep running for his life out there, you know what I mean? And Ohio State's defense is a lot better than I thought it was. I got to give the credit where it's due. I didn't think their defense was a top 5 unit in college football. I thought they were soft. They're not soft to me, but I still feel like their defense can be had. So this game against Oregon, this rematch against Oregon is going to be great with all them. This one's for all the marbles, so I can't wait to watch that game. I hope it's no more snooze fest, man, because this first round has been terrible, absolutely terrible. I've hated it. These 4 games that we finna conclude and talk about were absolutely dog crap, man. So I feel bad for some of these programs, you know, but at the end of the day, it's going to be one winner. Every program is going to feel bad unless you're that one that raises the trophy. Like, that's just what it is. Even as a USC fan, we not even in the playoffs, but I still feel like I still feel hurt that we not involved in it and that another team is going to win it. Hopefully it's not Oregon. I'm sorry, Oregon fans out there, but I just can't stand y'all, man. But yeah, congratulations, Ohio State. Y'all took care of business. So y'all have the right to give Oregon a good rematch. We'll see what happens with that game. And then the last game we have was Notre Dame versus Indiana. Like, what was that? What was that? They go 3-and-out immediately. Then Notre Dame hands the ball off to Jeremiah Love. He just runs down the sideline for 98 yards. What are we doing? Indiana. Hey, college football playoff committee, y'all gonna have to start going off straight to schedule a lot more than what a team's record is, because the teams that have great records that didn't play anybody during the regular seasons are really getting exposed in this first round, and I don't like it. It's not good for college football to be having blowouts in the very first 12-team tournament, 12-team playoff. So they're going to have to get that together. NIL has been going crazy. Transfer portal has been going crazy. College football is kind of like, I don't know, it's a lot going on, but they're going to have to figure it out. If you ask me, that Indiana-Notre Dame game was the epitome of the earlier 3 games in the day. Just terrible. Just absolutely blowout, not even close. The games aren't close, guys. We're sitting here watching games that are out of hand. There's no way the other team is coming back, and we're just sitting here, gotta watch throughout the whole duration. And this is supposed to be the best 12 teams in college football. So why is there this much? I thought this was supposed to be the most parity college football has ever had, but these teams are getting the first round. It didn't show us any parity whatsoever. Now we still got some more rounds to go. Hopefully the second round and third round in the national championship will be amazing. But from what we've seen so far, the college football playoff has been a failure. The 12-team format has not been good. But this is their first year doing it. So it's only one round. I'm hoping everything turns around. But Indiana, they just weren't ready for this. They weren't ready for this stage. Notre Dame, they took advantage. They got some big boys up front. They can run the football. In Indiana, they can't do anything. They can't run. They can't throw. They had a great year. Do not get me wrong. 10-1, only lost one game. I still believe they should have been in the college football playoff. But these teams that we're now thinking should have been are just getting exposed, man. So really, who should have really been in? And I'm not an SEC bias guy. I'm not a Big Ten bias guy. It doesn't matter what league you play for. I just feel like if your team puts together a complete game and a complete season, then they should be in the playoff. Whether the record is, well, of course they have to have a better. They can't have no more than 2 or 3 losses. Of course not. But we're gonna have to figure this college football playoff format out, because having teams like Indiana, SMU, Clemson get blown out, it's not a good look for the sport. Those were some horrible games. I'm hoping next week is completely different. So, yeah, tell me what y'all think about this. Do y'all think that the college football playoff has been exciting the first 4 games? Do you like the 12-team playoff format? Let me know. I was all for it. I definitely was. I'm not going to sit here and act like I wasn't. I felt like 4 teams, picking 4 teams kind of limited what other teams could do. Like, other teams weren't able to lose one game because you're only picking 4 teams. But now that you're picking 12 teams, gives people a little more flexibility during the season. They could lose and still make the playoff, which I was a big fan of. But if it's going to cause all these first round blowouts and games to not be competitive, we got to get back to the 4-team playoff, or we got to get some better teams in here, because it just wasn't a great look. It's not a great look. I'm going to keep it 100. As a huge college football fan, I did not like this first round of the playoff. It was terrible. So yeah, we'll see what they do from here, how the games are from here. Some pretty exciting games coming up this week coming up actually. So let's see what happens, you guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about the 12-team playoff. Let me know how you guys feel about teams getting blown out. Do you think other teams should have got in instead? Do you think the 12-team format will play out just how we hoped? And yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for rocking with me, man. It's your boy Trey, Famous Mason Sports, and we out, man. Y'all have a good one.